Welcome to Addition and Subtraction Mathematics for early years. I've created this box really for children that are starting to show an interest in addition and subtraction in the early years. I'll show you what we've got in the box. There's quite a lot in here. So we have some cards. These ones I already had, so I've used them. And there are equations on these and then answers that the children can match up. But you could easily create these yourselves and print them out if you didn't have ones that you already had. And I guess most people don't, so you can just create some of these. Equations and answers. So these are subtraction. So there's a set of subtraction cards there. Inside here we also have some addition cards as well. So again, we've got the equations on there, and then we've got the answers. So they have to match up the equations with the answers. So actually that one works there. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So again, if you don't have a set of these, you can easily create these and print them out and cut them up. Just divide them in half, have the equations one side and the answers the other side. These are quite attractive for the children because they've got pandas and hippopotamuses on, so they're quite cool. Inside the box as well, we have the symbols for subtraction, and we have the symbols for addition, and we should have somewhere in here as well an equals sign. So there we go, there's the equals sign. Inside, all these sums never amount to more than 10. And in the Montessori method, it's important that the children can visualise in concrete form what's going on. So I'll put in here some teddies, but it can be 10 of any item you think might be attractive to the children. So in this box we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 teddies. So there's an awful lot in this box, and I wouldn't expect children to go in and use a whole lot in one go. So really it's phased. So as a first step, it's looking at the number of teddies, and when the children are starting to show an understanding of more or less teddies. So if you said, count me 3 teddies, and they went 1, 2, 3. I said, count yourself 7 teddies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they understood that this was more and this was less. And then you start saying, well, if we add one over here, we take one more. We've taken one less from over here, but there's still less over here and more over here. And once they start understanding these concepts of taking one away or adding one in and more or less, it's probably time to start thinking about that. Actually, they might understand the concept of addition and subtraction, because at a basic level, with the numbers under 10, they're already starting to understand that. But clearly we have some quite abstract symbols for this. So the first one is addition. So this is the plus sign. So we say, so we teach them that this is bringing numbers together. So we might take one of the examples here that we might have is, we have 2 plus 2. So I'll take the 2 plus 2 and say, let's recreate those with teddies. So we've got 2 teddies here, and we have 2 teddies there. Now, we don't know the answer yet, but the plus symbol means we bring them together. So if we bring the teddies all together this side, and we count them up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know 2 plus 2 equals 4. We can then look for the answer in here. We look for the 4. There we go. And we've worked out that 2 plus 2 equals 4. So we've completed that one, and we can move on to the next equation there. So once you've introduced this and the child's got used to this, they can play independently, trying to get the answers to these and trying to match up the right ones, and they'll quite enjoy that. So once they've learnt this, it's been introduced in this way, the children can then play independently. The minus, the subtraction cards are exactly the same, but clearly this is quite a difficult concept for children to grasp. They're taken away. They can see it with one or two as you're doing it, but to have a symbol for this, we use slightly different methodology in the Montessori, because quite often in the Montessori we use a grey symbol to represent taking away rather than the concrete addition symbol. So here I've created some grey teddies. I've just just photographed it, turned it grey and printed a few out. So these represent the takeaway. So in this equation here, where we've got 9 minus 2, we'd count out 9 teddies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 teddies sitting there, so they're all quite happy there. So 9 teddies, but we're taking 2 away. So we're going to put 2 grey ones in and say, actually, we need to take 2 away. Sorry, I haven't changed the symbol. We need to take 2 away. So we've recreated the equation that's here, 9 minus 2. Now, in order to execute this, when we did the addition, we bring them all together. Here, we put the 2 teddies here and we take them away. So those teddies go away. So we take those ones away, and then these ones come over to the other side, over here. There you are. We can now count these up to find out what the answer should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 minus 2 equals 7. We can then look through for the answer through the cards. There we go, there's the answer. And we've completed our subtraction equation there. Again, if the child's ready for this and they understand the concept, once they've got it, they can play quite independently with this, and you can create other sums for them. Say it's a very easy set of apparatus to create at home. I've just printed and laminated these. I had these cards, but you can create your own equations. But I think if the children are interested in addition and subtraction, this is a great little bit of apparatus to have at home. So I think they'll enjoy this, children. I can see them selecting this and playing with this. So probably only needs to be introduced once or twice, and once they've got the concept of it, I think they'll play quite nicely together independently. And you might want to vary the equations as time goes on. And as they're becoming more familiar with higher numbers, you might want to create ones with a bit larger numbers of items, maybe 20 teddies. But as an introduction, I'd say this would be ample for the children, and I think they'll find it very enjoyable indeed. So I hope they enjoy this one, and I hope that was a reasonable introduction for it to help you as adults when you're presenting it to them. But I'd say it's not designed for adults to play with the children all the time. It's designed to be introduced, and once they're familiar with it and they understand it, it's for them to play independently.